Hi, I've been meaning to make an update on my aespa collection, and I was luckily able to see them in concert yesterday in LA, and that really inspired me to make an update. They just put on a great show. These are the tour cards that came from the merch booths, and aespa to me always will kind of have a special place as far as my first alt group. I followed them from day one and just really been pulled into all four of them as performers and just their growth. I always feel a lot of injustice in how they were promoted for the LA Sync meeting that they had last year, that the second night they couldn't even sell the 200 section and they didn't even put up them for sale. That there wasn't a lot of lead up information to prepare people to purchase tickets for this event, that the first night really sold out because of scalpers, which was evident because all the seats went up for resale immediately for high prices, and they eventually had to go down in price because of just no one wanting to support scalpers. And then them adding the second night because they thought the first night sold out so well, and then realizing that it wasn't going to sell out. So, I went to both nights and they did great, but I always just felt that they really could have been promoted better. And same deal for camp. That lineup was crazy and I was really excited, but the main reason I bought tickets for aespa, and I was nervous that they wouldn't even be able to attend. Thankfully, they had a different visa situation than the other SM artists that had to cancel. And they put on a great show, but again, it was just not what they deserved as far as the size of the crowds, everything else. So seeing them yesterday in LA, the first US concert, and just seeing Crypto Arena being filled with all the fans and the noise and all the chants, it just really, I felt like they finally got the welcome they deserved here. So, super happy about it, and just I know I'm gonna talk a lot through this video because to me this is kind of chronicling my journey as far as through my collection. So no offense if anyone wants to just mute and pause, fast forward through, but I did just kind of want to talk through things a little bit more. So this is my binder. It's from Top Deck. I found them on Amazon. They also have their own website that they sell through. And the reason I really like this binder is it can hold 1,024 cards. It's got 32 pages, and each page can hold 32 cards because it's 16 by 16. So massive binder, it really is. But I haven't found anything yet that can just hold that many cards. I also prefer these binders that even though you can't see the back, I also don't have to worry about the rings possibly damaging the cards, especially at this amount of volume and flipping through. So, and another reason I love these binders is, since I collect OT4, it lets me have the members across. And so the first page I start with is the group cards because they really don't go anywhere else. So this is from all the different sets. So this is the Party On, Dreams Come True, the Eider merchandise, some outdoor gear, my soundcheck package from the LA Sync, the LA Sync they did in Japan, and just some other merch cards. Now this SMCU Universe card, from my understanding, that was like a limited movie premiere in Korea where they handed out the card. So I really like it. It looks exactly like the posters that they sold at the Sync meeting, because right before the LA Sync, the SMCU Universe Episode 2 came out. So do have one of the posters, but I'm glad that I have it in a photocard form because I thought it was really cool. And the girls, they did great in that mini movie because I thought they really did a good acting job. Okay, so starting off with the photo cards, you got the Black Mamba era, and I'm probably just going to highlight a lot of things that are like the more rare cards. So this Winter Black Mamba card, my first photo card. I just watched the Black Mamba music video, and I noticed there was some merch available on SM Global Shop, so I was like, okay, let me get some things, not realizing that there was a benefit if you bought a certain amount of merchandise or anything like that. So I recall buying like a Karina wall scroll, and the winter card came with it, so my very first card, and I'm glad I got it because these are kind of limited or rare, so still on my search there for a Giselle. And so this was more from the merch sets, epoxy stickers, things like that. A lot of these photo cards for aespa come from different merch, which is kind of cool, but you end up with a lot of merch, so good and bad. Then they go into the Forever era, and then it's next level. This is a video game collab they did in Korea with this video game called Eternal Return. I never played it, and I think they only gave out somewhere between 50 to 100 cards. So still on the lookout for Winter and Giselle. What I really like about these cards is it's one of the fits that they did from the Next Level music video, but it's not found in any other photo cards. So this outfit that Karina had, Winter's is in the blue biker outfit, so I would really like to find that Winter, and I would really like to find that Giselle, just because to me a lot of the cards where you're not going to find them, you're going to find costumes from the music video but not find it in other cards, to me hold higher value, of course, and of course in general just hold higher value, which is why they're harder to find. This is from, I just leave slots aspirationally. I know I'm not going to find the cards in most of those cases. This is from their online fan meet, again I think limited to 50, and the prices for those are staggering. I also have an issue with like older cards or broadcast cards or fan meet cards. There's so many replicas floating around, so you also have to be really selective that you don't accidentally get a replica. And it's really hard to, unless you know someone that has an authentic card that they got from an authentic source, that to be able to verify and double check to make sure you got the right card. So I leave the space open, but if I never do get them, that's okay. And then this is all the different merch that they're doing. So the Clio line, and again, all these photo cards until we get to the first album cards. So you got the Savage album cards here. Really like the concept, really like the songs, and just really great album. So and then this goes into, again, the rarer spots where, again, when I wasn't collecting the albums at the time, I had to buy them resale. This Borina was probably the first card that I had spent a little more than I had wanted to at the time, but easily one of my top favorites, and for a lot of people I know early on at least, it was one of their favorite cards. So that Borina card definitely saw me down a lot. Another thing is, they go through a lot of different collabs with different country cards. So this is the Mumo line, that's from Japan. And then this is Yizhayu, otherwise also known as With Fans. Really beautiful cards, but kind of frustrating sometimes with a lot of these Chinese sponsored cards, just because of the delay in their delivery, which we're experiencing a lot with some of the more recent cards. This is from their 100K merch that they did line, where you had to buy 100K won of merch, and you would, for example, the sweater, and you would get one of these cards. So these kind of took me a while to track down as well, because I was kind of selective on how much I was going to pay for them, because the prices range quite dramatically. And during that search, I definitely ran into a replica for these Karina cards that weren't even close to being real. Okay. And same deal, these came from the deluxe boxes that they had for Savage. Again, still being very selective on trying to find that Winter card at a decent price. Then different merch that they did, Eider and Party Now. And then the Season's Greetings. So I don't try to collect all the Season's Greetings. I mean, POB wise, you're talking at like 20 plus sets. Also, a common thing they do, as you'll see with these first two sets, is they'll use the same image but different crops of that image. So that's one of those things where I don't need every single one of the different crops. And I know one of my friends, she collects every single Ning Ning and it's difficult for her to track some of these down because some of these come from different countries, but also just being able to differentiate crops. They're like, these Ningning are so close, so being able to, hey, I'm looking for this one POB, and it's so easily confused with other groups POBs, as well as just, you try your best off templates. Speaking of templates, a lot of how I decided to organize these cards was based off the templates from at Major Ningning. Sadly, it seems she's kind of retired for now from making aespa templates, but I do appreciate all the efforts that she put into it, and major credit to her. And it really helped me on how I wanted to organize this amount of cards. Then SMCU Universe, again, when you go to different countries, in this case you had I think the Thailand for the Silver Charm and the Philippines for the sweater that these come with. Harder to find for sure. Maybe I just need to find some good proxies that can use Shopee for those countries, but that I just kind of slowly collect as I can. Okay, and then Dreams Come True, really, it's one of my favorite performances that they do. I'm really glad. I know a lot of people were cheering for them to do it at the LA Sync, and then they did a performance of it yesterday at the concert, so I was really happy to see that. I was really excited for that one. These are from the My Artist packs, one of the first collections that I kind of completed, and they're kind of unique. And another reason I like binders like this is because these photo cards are much larger than a standard photo card that you'll get from albums and merch. These are more similar to what Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards are, and so a lot of those A4, A5 binders, those pages really can't handle cards this size. So that's why I also like a binder like this. So this covers from the Black Mamba, Forever, Next Level to Savage era. So and a lot of unique cards, especially these Next Level cards with Karina from when she was riding the futuristic motorcycle. So really cool on that end. Antique mirror, you buy some really weird merch sometimes, but again, I do like the unique looks. This was from their LA Sync concert, so, and then these were from their photo cards. If you purchase from Korea, you get a set of photo cards with that light stick. And yeah, at the Sync meeting they didn't have the light sticks available, so they gave these little wands, and then right after that they finally were able to sell the light sticks, which I do really like the light sticks. I think they're very, like, it could have been a little more exciting, but I do think they're a very solid light stick. And then this is from their Japanese Sync meeting that they did afterwards. A lot of these photo cards are interesting because they reuse the images that you found from the other photo cards, especially like they straight up used the Savage album photo cards, but still really cool cards, a little different for sure. And then these were from the light sticks here in the US, kind of a more bum deal because you got one per light stick, and also there was a lot of issues with how they packaged them, a lot of dents, and I went back and forth a lot with SM Global on that. They're moving on to their second album. Here you got Girls. Again, a lot of photo cards here. These are the character cards, and there is a difference. The US ones are non-holographic on the edges, and the Korean ones are. So that's why I both have them sleeved here. Okay, and then right into the deluxe boxes, and then these were the Mumo cards again from Japan, and then SM Town and Store did different packages where they would give you some photo cards if you bought more albums. Then the Hot Tracks one, this Bunny Winter, love that card. This is from B2S. It's a Thailand store, so that one took a while. This is from Massima, again, that a Chinese, or actually I heard it wasn't Chinese, maybe it was a different country, but the Massima cards from the Girls era were still waiting on delivery. It's just affected a lot of other group orders that I've seen, that they did kind of a limited release, and some people got them, but the vast majority haven't. So you'll see them occasionally for resale, but for really high prices, just because the amount that should have been delivered were never delivered. So still waiting on those, hopeful. So this was kind of interesting. So these are the special cards. So they did this thing where if you bought a set of the Girls albums, for each set of 2 that you bought, because there's 2 versions, they gave you a photo card pack, A, B, C, D, of these cards. And in place of any one of these cards from any of these one sets, you could have gotten a special card. I just got incredibly lucky that of the 4 packs that they sent me, I got Karina, Winter, and Giselle. So I only had to buy Ning Ning resale, but you know, these are very rare, high price cards. So I guess to me that I felt like I really got lucky on my pulls in that regard for that. Okay, and then this is more Yu Hayu. I had actually got these more recently because, again, they took a long time to deliver. And then this Giselle, surprisingly really hard to find. This is for Fansland. So a lot of these are driven with Fansland. You get a Polaroid for a certain number of the members that you buy. So again, there's just not a lot of Giselles in circulation, and this Polaroid has been really difficult to locate, even for sale, let alone seeing any for a certain price. So still searching for that one. And then this is the Fansland version 2s. And again, everything but that V4 Giselle. So Giselle can be kind of difficult to find because when it's the benefit is based on the members that you purchase, it always heavily skews more towards Karina and Winter and Ning Ning. So it creates its own rarity, I guess. Okay, and then now we go into more cards, more merchandise cards that they did. So, and then they started this trading pack thing where they're like, hey, yeah, you know, works with sports cards. So they started doing trading card packs where you get random cards in the packs, a character card and a selfie card. Again, great cards, but yeah, just more and more, I guess. I know. I'm glad they did more of the Winter Rabbit cheese ball. Winter also fantastic. Okay, and then this really goes into another Chinese company called KMS. Those were took a while to deliver, but also just a lot of how they do the Beyond the version 8 cards for each of the rounds, and they did so many rounds last go around. They kind of thankfully haven't done this for the most recent era for my world, and I'm kind of thankful for that because though they're fantastic and they're kind of unique, there's some issues. So again, member-driven purchases. I've never even found that Giselle for sale. Same thing for this Giselle. I did get the Ning Ning and Giselle for the V4s of the KMS3. The Winter and Karina are going to be impossible possibly to find. We'll see. Yeah. And then slot for KMS New Year's. Now that one was kind of an easy set. I'll have all those cards, but they're just taking a while to deliver. Again, the Chinese companies, KMS just takes a while to deliver. So we'll see. Then here, got, this was from their sync in Korea that they did. So, a lot of different merch. These scratch cards, what a pain. They had a really tough scratch material that, you know, you didn't want to use a coin on or scratch them all up. So you had to use very strong nail polish to get that resolved. And yeah. Now these are from the AR slot machine, so these are rare. Still gotta find the Ning Ning Ninjas for that. The R version of these S cards. Good luck finding those as well. This is their collab with Everland, the theme park there in Korea. So this is the pass cards. This is the merch with the headsets. This is with the lanyard holders, and then this was the early bird, the people who got there within a certain time frame and bought the things, got these photo cards. More different merch. Red Karina, that was from when they were doing activities in France, so nothing more appropriate, right, than a baguette in France. Then this was from the Pink Christmas line, so you have two different versions. You have the normal cards, and then again in those trading packs, you had a couple that were what they call special cards. So hopefully it shows a little the sparkles from those. So it just had a sparkle version of every version of their card. Then this is a SMC UX Palace for 2022. So again, different variants based. Love that outfit for winter, and of course they all look great. And then again, season's greetings. So same thing for 2022. There's going to be different crops. So again, just what was reasonable to me. Like these, yeah, I mean, it's really hard to tell the differences. Yeah, again, Ali, really hard to find that Polaroid from Soundwave Giselle. I do like that this outfit set that they did, most of it wasn't different crops. They did have a lot of different poses, so I did collect a little more of those. I mean, this pose, they did do a lot of different crops on, but, you can't hate on it with, especially with winter making the heart. But yeah, that at least 3 instances of that one being used again. But yeah, I do really like this set that they did for Season's Greetings. And then again, this one's just a different crop of this one, but I love the zoom out. Of course, Karina looks like an angel. And this one again was slightly difficult to procure because that was from you had to purchase the Season's Greetings in store from Jakarta, Cuenca. So I had to find a proxy who had a family member who traveled to that store to purchase it to be able to procure it. Okay, and then this is from their birthday card. So Ning Ning and Giselle's birthdays haven't occurred just yet. So once they have their birthdays, they should release those cards and I should be able to complete that. This was from their Valentine's set. Again, this is about the cutoff time-ish, around February, April for this photo card set. And then this is from the Epic 7 video game. Still looking for the Lenticular Winter. And then this is from their second collab with Everland that they did. Then just a couple of extra cards. Been working on the Season Greetings Lenticular one, so I'm gonna have to reorder. I'm gonna have to push a lot if I slot those in, so we'll see. And then this is the Tams Soda photo cards that they did. So that wraps up my first volume of cards. I think that's a good stopping point for this album, beyond the fact that it's full, and for my count, it's about 977 cards. But also, it lets me start off with the new volume right from the My World era.